Hi Leo, this is Mimi with Divination by Mimi. Welcome to your May 2018 tarot reading. A couple of announcements. Um, Firstly, if you haven't subscribed, please do. I would love us to keep a conversation going. Plus, you can set notifications to get an email notification when the new readings are uploaded, so you can check out your sign and your ascendant and your moon and your Venus and anything else you have interest in, like your, I don't know, where your Mars is and where Neptune is and things like that. Um, Also, if you would like a personal reading, please email me at mimimemes@hotmail.com. You will find that email address as well as pricing in the description box below the video. If you have comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And then that's housekeeping. Now for announcements astrologically. There's a big transit occurring that affects everyone, and that happens on May 15th. Uranus is moving into Taurus. Taurus rules the second house. It is a fixed earth sign and it's ruled by Venus. Um, and it has to do with things like the physical body, the earth, and everything that has to do with the earth. It has to do with finances. It has to do with beauty. And it has to do with relating and value. Uranus is the planet that's moving into this second house, and it moves planets every 7 years. So let me just put it this way. The last time it moved from Pisces to Aries. There at Fukushima happened. So it's every 7 years it will move, and this transit is occurring on the 15th. So we're already seeing that Uranian energy kind of occurring in the Pacific Islands right now in the way of earthquakes and volcanoes. So think of it this way, Taurus is literally the physical earth. So an unpredictable, chaotic, change-bringing energy like Uranus moving into this area of the earth, it's not surprising to see instant change like a volcano, like an earthquake. With that, it has an effect on things related, such as farming. Farming has to do with commodities. Commodities has to do with trading on the stock market. It's going to have an effect on our finances as well. Venus rules finances, money, banking. So everything that has to do with resources, finances, the earth, money, resources generally, including health and the body, it can have an impact on. So personally, be careful of your body. Drive safely. Wear sunscreen. If something hurts, go get it checked out. Also, it also has an impact on progress. Uranus, it rules Aquarius. Aquarius rules the 11th house, and the 11th house is about the collective. So this tends to be about progress, activism, change for the good, change for evolution. Also, you might see big jumps in technology. I think there was recently a Tesla, Elon Musk, I'm not sure how you say his name, had a conference call where he was really kind of like, he pissed off a lot of the financial sector with the way he handled the call. And that's primarily because he is so future thinking. Tesla's one of those companies to watch. There are other companies to watch where we're going to see hopefully great progress that helps us collectively, helps us evolve, change for the good, change that helps the planet, where we can share the resources of the planet without depleting the planet. Okay, so these are things to watch for. It's possible we might see more big changes like the earthquakes and volcanoes and things like that. So be prepared for that. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, but ultimately it does either wake us up or it makes a change happen that needs to for something better. Blah, 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 blah. Leo, I think that's it. Let's get into your reading. So you are a fixed fire sign and you're ruled by the sun. Your motto is I will, and you rule the 5th house, which has everything to do with expression of the self and expression of the will of the self. This is why you're kind of seen as natural leaders. In the United States, our last few presidents of note were Leos. George Clinton, Bill, I love George Clinton. Bill Clinton, Leo. Barack Obama, Leo. So it's a very energetic leader, capable, strong energy, and there's an infamy that goes with it. There's a celebrity that goes with it. So it's very positive. On the low octave, it can be hyper egotism, where you literally think the world revolves around you all the time. Now, technically, you are the center of the solar system, being that you're ruled by the sun. So the planets do revolve around you, but there needs to be humility that goes with that. So every Leo I've ever known has been very much a positive, encouraging, fun, living from the heart, living from Tiferet, showing love and expression of love. And a very, very creatively expressive people. Again, fifth house ruler. So let's get into your tarot reading. This is a 4-card pull based upon some situation in your life. It could be something personal. It could be something financial, logistic, career, something that you're literally investing a lot of emotion and thought into right now. That's the first position. Second position is a positive aspect of that. Third position is a negative or stressful aspect of that. And the fourth position is any overall advice that Spirit chooses to provide. Using the Thoth or Tahuti deck, let's get into your reading, Leo, for May 2018. What's going on for Leo for May 2018? Fixed, fire, fifth house ruler, sun ruled, Leo. Holy Hecate. What information does Leo need to know for May 2018? Hecate, Cosmic Soul, what does Leo need to know for May? Thank you. Some resistance to change. Two of Coins literally is change, but you got it in the reverse. Positive aspect. Sorrow. Negative aspect. No messages or slow-moving messages. Overall advice. Okay. You got the debauchery card for overall advice. Kind of an odd thing for Spirit to suggest. I think you need to get out and have some fun. You're sitting in a pain here. And although it feels like this is all stuff within your control. These are all they are all minor arcana, meaning they're completely how you're reacting to situations. Okay, this particular person is a player. This was a message that you got that brought you down, and it might have something to do with your finances or your health. So you got some kind of a notice or message that really brought you to this point right now, and you're resistant to change, you're resistant to move on, you're sort of sitting here in a sorrowful place. But actually it's actually I'm going to need to get clarification on the debauch card. Yeah, I'm using the archetype cards by Carolyn Miss. They're through Hay House Publishing. They are loosely based on Jungian archetypes. I want to get clarification on the debauch card here. More. Holy Hecate, what does the debauch card mean? Is this related to health or finances? Is the debauch a suggestion or something to bring your attention to? Yeah. So you got the, in the runes, this would be the word rune, and this would be destiny. In other words, it's karmic. If you don't, so you can ignore what I just said a moment ago. You got some news possibly from your doctor. And you got a message from your doctor, and it has something to do with your lifestyle, like your health, how you're living your lifestyle. That could be drink, drugs, food, sedentary lifestyle, things like that. And you've been resistant to the change that needs to happen. It depresses you that you have to do this. Perhaps it's saying something to you, or you think it says something to do with you about your health. It's perhaps it's depressing you because you've reached an age where you have to watch out for these things. Whatever this news is that you got about your health, that you're resistant to change, has to do with your emotional connection with the change and with the message. Okay? But Spirit's addressing it, it's pointing your attention to debauchery, which is kind of about lifestyle. This is Venus in Scorpio, I believe. Yes, Venus in Scorpio, which is too much fun, too much of everything, too much sloth, too much sex, too much cocaine, too much food, too much of anything or not enough of anything. An imbalance is what's brought this news on. So there's some emotional connection that you have with the fact that you've got this news. I think it has something to do with your ego being bruised because you're at an age now where you cannot ignore this lifestyle. You cannot sit in this lifestyle. I mean, I can remember my 20s, the early 20s, actually up into my 30s. I mean, literally dancing every night of the week, getting out of the club at 3 a.m. and then being at work at 8 a.m. the next morning. With that amount of sleep and alcohol and drugs in my system. So when we can do that when we're in our 20s because we've got all of that collagen happening. When we get to the middle ages and beyond, it starts to have an effect on us. And there's something about the lifestyle that Spirit is pointing you to here, the lifestyle that you've been leading, that you need to change. You have to change. You're really resistant to it. You're pissed that you have to make the change. But you got the Destiny card in reverse, which would be like getting the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, meaning if you don't make the change, if you don't start stepping away from this lifestyle that you're leading, and again, it could be anything. It could be imbalance in any form. Maybe you're a couch potato, or maybe you are an anorexic or bulimic and you're like an exercise bulimic. There's something about what you're doing that's imbalanced in your life. You're resistant to change it, but the message from the doctor or your healer is you've got to. It could also have to do with relationships too. If this message came from your counselor or a colleague, this is a message that came through. I really think it has to do with health though. There's a change you're resistant to make and you've got to make it. If you don't make it, it's going to have very bad results that will be outside of your control. So right now you have things within your control where you can take action to make a change, to stop being resistant to it. Life goes on, things happen. Like Uranus moving into Taurus, whether especially this month with you. Wow, yeah, this is health. If we're resistant to change with energies like Uranus moving into Taurus, it doesn't matter whether we want it to happen or not. It's going to fucking happen, like an earthquake, like a tornado, like a volcano. There's not a whole lot you can do about it when it happens. So you're kind of being given the heads up, been given the warning. It's made you sad because it's saying something about you and it's affecting your ego, right? But you've got to make the change. If you don't, I mean, you're being highlighted here that it has to do with lifestyle choices. Food, drink, drugs, sex, partying, or burning both candles burning candle at both ends with your career. Overindulgence in some way. If you don't take care of it, then fate's going to deal you a hand that you may not be prepared for. And I'm really being reminded here that with Uranus moving into Taurus, which on an individual level can have to do with the body, that could be something like a heart attack. So really, don't ignore this message. Don't be resistant to change. If that means intermittent fasting, look into it and do it. If it means, because if you don't make the changes, it will potentially have catastrophic effects. Sorry to be so apocalyptic in my message, but whatever message that your doctor or your counselor or whoever this is gave you, it's important. Don't ignore it. If you ignore it, it will show itself to you one way or the other. All right, Leo, I hope this helped. If you have questions, please leave them in the comment section below. If you want a reading, email me at mimimemes@hotmail.com. Again, you'll find that in the description box below the video as well. Otherwise, I will see you next month. All right, take care of yourself. Don't ignore the messages. Don't ignore feelings in your body. Act on them and do what the doctor says or do what your healthcare provider, whoever that is, says. Consider it at least. Don't be so resistant. All right, Leo, take care.